distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you who are joining us today. As chair of the IRP Steering Committee, I'd like to express my great appreciation to the Cabinet Office of Japan and the Hyogo Prefecture Government for supporting the 2021 International Recovery Forum. I'd like to also thank all IRP partners and members for their great contributions in today's event. Today is the first time the IRP Forum will be held virtually, but we are greatly appreciative and proud to see so many of you joining us today. The International Recovery Platform was established in 2005 following the second UN Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction. Mandated with supporting the Hyogo Framework for Action, responsibilities along post-disaster recovery and reconstruction, addressing the challenges and gaps around this topic. After more than a decade of support, IRP's strategic role was reaffirmed in 2015 following the adoption of the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction. The Sendai Framework, Priority 4, underlines the importance of enhancing disaster preparedness for effective response and to build back better in recovery, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. Here, IRP is recognized as a key international mechanism for sharing experiences, from learning among countries, and all relevant stakeholders in the area of recovery. This International Recovery Forum is a critical venue to support IRP's mission and is an essential role within the IRP framework to share experiences, good practices, and lessons learned from past disasters. Through this forum, we have the opportunity to learn from one another so that we can build back together. The IRP Forum every year addresses timely and pressing issues for recovery. Last year, this forum focused on building back better through resilient infrastructure. Time and time again, we have witnessed the damaging impacts of disaster on infrastructure, which in turn have caused negative consequences on the functioning of communities and the overall development progress of society. As scale of infrastructure needs grow through urbanization and development, new infrastructure investments must build resilience to avoid creating and locking in long-term disaster risks. The forum highlighted the recovery must be used as an opportunity to build back better with greater infrastructure resilience. And these results and outcomes have been well documented and put up on the internet for everybody to see. This year, Building Back Better is again exploring in a great depth through a new entry perspective, looking on that of pandemics. We can all agree that 2020 was an unprecedented year. Many aspects of society and economy have been severely affected by the pandemic, with vulnerable populations suffering disproportionately from COVID-19 global health crisis. Simultaneously, we continue to face challenges and impacts of natural disasters that have compounding impacts on the pandemic. As countries set out on a road to recovery, questions abound on how we can build back better. What early lessons can be learned, and how can the lessons from past disasters be applied to support sustainable recovery today? The pandemic has become much more than a global health crisis. It threatens to unravel decades of development gains and derail global prospects for achieving sustainable development goals by 2030. The global nature of this pandemic and the severity of its consequences demand that every country plans for recovery and builds back better. Every country and community will have its own experiences with this pandemic, and each shall have a unique challenge and response to those challenges. Against the backdrop, the IRP Forum 2021 is being held in the context of IRP's mandate to build back better from compounded disasters. This forum has a significant opportunity to bring challenges and good practices to recovery for COVID-19 and natural disaster hazards in global discussions, and set a plan forward to address priorities and opportunities to build back better and more resilient. Over the past year, IRP has been working to draw upon global partnerships, recovery knowledge, and expertise to produce a series of valuable resources, including a compendium of relevant disaster recovery tools, policy briefs, key actions, to help inform decision makers to navigate the unique consequences and circumstances presented by COVID-19. These knowledge products have been made available to all. And as chair of the IRP's steering committee, I am proud to share these 3 knowledge products as a tangible result of how our collaboration under the International Recovery Platform has been developing. I'm looking forward to learning from the substantive discussions of this forum. On behalf of the International Recovery Platform, I would like to thank all participants who have joined us today, and I look forward to your active contributions to the discussion ahead. Thank you.